This training video was prepared by Royal LePage Learning Services. It uses fictitious information and does not contain personally identifiable information. If you have any questions concerning the contents of this video, please contact us at ls@royalpage.ca.
So Daniel Berger is a successful entrepreneur with experience in real estate, financial advising, and figure skating coaching. Currently, he works as a business coach for clients in fields such as real estate and financial advising, among others. And as I said, we are thrilled to welcome Daniel Berger for the first time on our Learning Services stage. Daniel, over to you.
Thank you, Ariane. Hello, everyone. So I'm really thrilled to be here with you. And it's a first for me today. It's the first time I will be giving a webinar in English. So the stress that it brings me, I use it to give me the energy to bring my skills to the next level. And it's all combined with the mindset that we're going to be talking about today. So let me share my presentation. There you go. So today we will discuss the power of mindset and how it can assist you in your life, either personal or professional. And you will leave this webinar not only with a better understanding and how important it is to have a good mindset, but also I will give you some tools for you in order to be able to apply those tools to have a better mindset on a daily basis. And you're going to see those tools are really simple. So we already been through that. First, I'm going to ask you, we're talking about mindset. I'm going to ask you to empty your cup. What I mean by that is like by emptying your cup, you're going to allow yourself to fill it with other stuff, with new stuff you're going to be learning. Some of the stuff I'm going to be talking today, you're going to say, oh, yeah, I heard that before. Oh, I used to do it before. And some of this, oh, this is new. So take whatever is good for you today and live with it. And then you're going to have like a full cup that's going to be really useful for you. So let's start with the definition of the mindset. So the mindset actually represents your state of being, who you be today. So it will influence your personal development also. And the right mindset. So to have the right mindset, you have to ask yourself, does my being matches the result I want to have? Right? So for example, if you want to have a good business, a good real estate business, are you being a good, successful real estate agent? Right? So this graph represents something very important. So to have the good mindset, we have to be first, you have to be in the being, and then that will bring us to do in the doing, and then we're going to have into the having. So start with being, and then do have. So that's sometimes you're going to hear me say be, do, have. Unfortunately, most people go to the last step they want to have. But before having something, you need to do something. And before you do something, you have to start being different if you don't have the result you are currently having. Okay? In my coaching career, often I hear, I want to have more success. I want to have more time for myself. I want to have more money. All of these I've been hearing a lot of time. But the first question we need to ask ourselves, in order to get there, are you ready to make sacrifice now to achieve them? Okay? Because to get to success, we need to put sacrifice in place. When you start, you have to make more sacrifice. When you're in business for 3 years and you've been building something very strong, then there's less sacrifice to put because you've been working very well previously. So let's talk about the bad mindset first, and then we're going to put that away. So the bad mindset comes from personal says like, I don't want to say I'm not capable of succeeding. I can make it. Oh, I don't need that much money. I'm okay with what I have now. Or they don't allow themselves to say, yes, I can do it. Or they're not coachable, for example. Or they don't let other people help them, like their friends, their family, their colleague at work, whatever. those people are pretty pessimist in general. So it is very important to have a good mindset. And having a good mindset, you have to accept to be arrogant, but not arrogant towards the other people. You have to be arrogant towards yourself. Okay. So that way, you have to believe that, yes, I'm capable of be successful. Then you will be able to succeed. You have to be arrogant to say, yes, I'm good with my client. Then you will become a better real estate agent with your clients. I'm going to share something with you. When I was skating, as you know, I did figure skating for 10 years, went all the way to the Canadian Championship. However, before I got that, after a few years, I realized that I was a good second. I had all the silver medal that was going at the competition. And one day I was looking at my wall and looking at my medals, and it really struck on me. I said, Jesus, I only have silver medal. And I kept saying, right, I'm good second, I'm good second. And I said, if I want to go to the Canadian Championship, I need to change that mindset. So from that day, I was saying to myself, I was arrogant to myself. I'm a good first position. I was seeing myself on the first step of the podium. And I went even further with the visualization, because when I was looking on my wall, from that time, all my medal, I turned them into gold. I wasn't seeing the silver and the bronze one anymore. I was only seeing the gold medal. And how coincidence it is, obviously, after a few times, then I began to have more first place. And then eventually I was able to go at the Canadian Championship, which was my ultimate goal as a skater. Okay. So now, let me talk about why it is so important to have a good mindset. Because if you don't have a good mindset, it will be impossible to achieve your goal. Simple as that. You will never be fulfilled. You will never be able to succeed to your goals. You will never celebrate. In the chat, can you please tell me who celebrates, just say yes, who celebrates their victories? Small, big, just say yes if you do. Stacy, Femina, awesome. But congrats to those who say yes. For those who say, am I celebrating my success, big or small? Think about that. When you have the right mindset, you're going to be in the right mindset. You're going to do the right thing. And again, you're going to have the right thing. So then the success is going to be there. For example, I celebrate even a small one. When I have a victory, I go to ice cream shop at the corner of the street. And I live in Puerto Vallarta in Mexico, 7 months. So it's pretty warm. So when I have a victory, I go and get an ice cream, the 2 colors, the twist, dipped into hazelnut chocolate. And I take the biggest one. And trust me, every time I take a bite, it's so good. And I deserve it. I have no regrets. The opposite, it's well deserved. So I do celebrate, because when you celebrate every success, then you're going to build on positive, and then you're going to go through the bigger goals that you have. Okay? I'm laughing because I'm seeing some of the comments at the same time. So this is why it's so important to have a good mindset. So now let's see the fastest way to change your mindset. The way to change your mindset is through your body. Okay. So when you have a mindset, it comes through your thoughts and your brain, and then it goes all the way down to your heart, because you got emotion after you have a thought. And then you have a physiological reaction, a body reaction. Okay. So being, doing, having. Thought, emotion, body reaction. Okay. So I'm going to do a little exercise with you. Okay. When I'm going to say it, you're going to close your eyes, but don't do it now. When I say close your eyes, I want you to think about your favorite food, your favorite dish. Okay. I want you to see it. I want you to smell it. I want you to see you having the dish, that meal right now as we do the exercise. Okay. So let's close our eyes. Now think about your favorite dish. See it. Smell that dish, your favorite dish, and see yourself having this dish. So now open your eyes. Tell me, did you have a thought? Did you have an emotion? Just write in the chat if you had an emotion when you were thinking about your favorite dish. So about having a thought, then we see we have an emotion linked to it. And what was the physical body reaction? Someone over there replied the saliva. Okay, so that was the body reaction of your thought through your emotion. So if we can do it by thinking about our favorite dish, we can change our mindset about thinking about something positive, about seeing us being in the good mindset and being positive, right? Now, what happens when a person doesn't have a good mindset? Obviously, there is some consequence. Yeah, sorry. So when people don't have a good mindset, that means they're not in a good being. So the action won't be the good one. The body reaction won't be the right one. So obviously, you're not going to go do the make decision. You're not going to make the right task at the morning. You're not going to choose the right things to purchase or to invest or whatever for your business. So thus increases the chance of getting the right result, right? So can I ask you a question? What comes first? Is it the mindset or is it the result? Please write in the chat your answer. I see mindset. Think about all these Olympic champions. Do you think that they had result the first day they won? Like I'm going to take the example of figure skaters. Think about any figure skater that you know that won the Olympic. The first day they stepped on the ice, trust me, they were not that good. They fall, they stood up, and then they try again and everything. But they kept doing, they kept trying, they kept learning, they kept being better. So the mindset was there. So, and then the mindset, you develop a mindset by redoing and learning also, because a mindset is something that grows. Mindset is something that keeps getting better. It's like going at the gym. You get better when you go to the gym, thinking, working in mindset, get better as working on your mindset. So I'm going to do a little exercise with you. It's really simple. Okay? So this time you won't have to close your eyes. So can I ask you just to stop everything you're doing now? Put down everything you have in your hand of what you're looking for. Put your phone, your pen, whatever. And then I'm going to ask you to take the position like someone sat. Okay, so go down on your chair. Play the game. You're going to see where we're going. Okay, and then adopt like an hunch position, and then tuck your head down, and then take very space with your body. Don't take too many. Put everything small, and then put your shoulder down and cross your arms up to hide your body. Have your sad face, and think of a happy moment. Okay, stop everything. Okay, let's do it the same exercise. Now I'm going to ask you to stand straight up. Okay, put a smile on your face and be open. Open your arms. Don't cross your arms. Open your arms. Be willing to let people come to you. Have some expression in your eyes, some expression in your face. And I'm going to ask you the same question. Think about an happy moment. Tell me in the chat, what was the difference between the two exercises when I asked the same question? think about a happy moment? Please write in the chat. Great. So you see, the brain cannot have two thoughts at the same time. So that's awesome for us. So we choose to have positive mindset or not. So it's up to you. And it's simple as the exercise we just done. When you have a bad day, like some people call it, change your mindset. Think about a positive thoughts. Okay? So the exercise that we just did, let's put it into our business as a real estate agent. So tell me in the chat, what's the most important task, action we need to do daily in our business? Just put in the chat. Connect with people. We're going there. Prospecting. There you go. Lead gen is the number one thing as a real estate agent, and obviously many other business. So when we lead gen, let's go back to the exercise we just done. When you lead gen, how about next time you lead gen, you're gonna stand up instead of being sitting at your desk? How about that you're gonna have like your arms open? How about you're gonna put a smile on your face? How about you're gonna have like happy eyes, expression, nice expression? How about you're gonna be like, you're gonna feel that positive energy? How about you're gonna have the happy thoughts just before you do the call? For sure, your calls will be different. The result will be different. Okay. So now we're coming back to being into the good mindset and in doing the right action to have good result when we do regen. That could be a call, could be door knock, could be when we see a seller that we know they're going to see 3 agents, but you need to choose someone. And when you arrive with that attitude, with a good mindset, person's going to feel it, because if you can feel it, everybody around you will feel it also. Trust me. Okay. So every time we do an action and we want to have a result, we have to go back to the basic. Let's have a good mindset. And it's so simple, as you can see. So let me give you some tools to enhance your mindset. Those are really simple. Probably some of them you already heard of. Probably some of them you're already doing it. Maybe you stop doing it. Hopefully you're going to start back again to doing it. So when I do my coaching, these are the tools that I use the most. And the first one, I'm going to ask you, what's your big why? Can someone type what's the big why? What does it mean to you? What's your big why? Someone say, I want to help people. I want to have success, freedom, ease. Good. What else? What's your big why? Purpose, growth, financial freedom. See that pretty often. To provide to my family. Yeah. Happy life. Make others live easier. Spend, be generous. That's action, 2 in a row. Wonderful. I'm going to share with you my big why story. It took me 3 years, 3 years to find my big why. So if you don't have a clear big why, don't give up. I've been there. And then one point I finally realized, because I turned 50, At that time, I said, oh, now I know my big why. Because, like I said before, I'm spending the winter in Puerto Vallarta in Mexico in the sun. I don't like the summer. I don't like the cold. So I said, when I'm going to be 55, the expression freedom 55, this is where I want to be. So I put that in place, put on my screen everywhere, like beach, umbrella, lawn chair, and I wrote freedom 55. And every time I woke up in the morning, I knew now why I was waking up in the morning. I knew why I was making those calls. I knew why I was investing into that lean jet. I knew why I was going into a meeting. I knew exactly why, because I had a big why in mind. And then I put numbers. What exactly do I need to be financial freedom at 55? That's what I need. And people would ask me when I was 50, how are you going to achieve? Inside of me was twisting because it was not possible when I was 50 to be financial freedom at 55. So I didn't know. I didn't know how to achieve it. I didn't know how to get there. Still, I decided to be financial 55 in 5 years. So suddenly, I was able to see the opportunities. Suddenly, I was able to choose, make the right decision for my business to grow. And then at 54, because my birthday, November 27, it was 2 years ago, every year, I always do like 1 year recap. And that year, when I turned 54, I did my net income, my financial freedom, and everything. And then at 54, I had my financial freedom. And then 2 years ago, I purchased my first condo. Last year, I purchased my second condo. So when I was 50, there was no way it was possible, but I had a big why. So all of us has a big why. The challenge that I had once I achieved it, I stopped. And then I stopped being as good at work because then I realized that, oh, I have to create a new big why. So once we achieve a big why, we have to evolve with our big why and make it bigger, make it possible all the time. All right. So I hope that will inspire you to find your big why, because that's going to make a big motivation in the morning starting tomorrow. Another tool, really, really, really easy, positive affirmation. One of them, and I'm gonna share my personal experience that I do every morning. Long time ago, I wrote a quote before I get out of bed. I'm saying thank you. So what I say to myself every morning, I have 2 feet on every foot that I put down. I said thank you, and then I said for. It could be just for having hot water in the shower. It could be just like to be able to walk. It could be for having a job, to be alive, to have money, to have kids, whatever, anything. This morning, thank you for Royal LePage Canada to offer me the opportunity to give this webinar. That was my thank you this morning. So it changes everything. So every day. So imagine the mindset you're going to start your day with a positive affirmation. That changed entire mindset and the rest of the day. Because when you start with a mindset, positive, well, you keep going because we did the exercise. Being sad, thinking about being positive doesn't work. So having positive thoughts, then you become positive immediately. Another thing about thank you, I have a card in the shower and I had plastic, at the Home Depot. So it can go in the water, it doesn't matter. And then on it, I have like 20 thank you for, and then it's already written. So I just have to read it, take my shower, and then every morning I read, thank you for being alive. Thank you for my lovely family. Thank you for amazing friends. Thank you for my loving fiance and everything. It's all go there, and I switch the page and I keep reading. So in a shower, what else can we do? Think. So might as well be thankful for something. But that's something, again, really easy and it costs nothing, but it makes a huge impact. Accountability partner. Can you put in the chat, those people that have an accountability partner? It could be your spouse. It could be the director of the office, one of your colleagues, a coach, whatever, who does have an accountability partner that they see every week on a regular basis? So just put in the times. You have awesome. Thank you, Christina. Great. Maybe 2 weeks. Wonderful. So my ex-spouse, we created our financial firm. He was my accountancy partner back then. So he was my spouse and business partner. And it does work really, really well. So now we're no longer together. However, in the meantime, I partnered with Patrick Benoit. He's a real estate agent at Royal LePage Urbain in Quebec. Really successful. And your accountancy partner has to be someone that you admire, someone that you trust, someone that you will listen to, someone that will listen to you, and still someone that you're just enough afraid of, because to make sure that when you do an assignment every week, because Pat and I, when we finish our meeting, we give each other the it's every Wednesday, half an hour, and it's booking agenda. It doesn't change unless obviously something happens. It's really unusual. So we're going to Zoom every week. We've been doing it for over 4 years. And then it's really structured because we're only half an hour. It's no chit chat. At the end of our call, what's your aha? We share. And what's your one thing for next week? And if, because I'm afraid not to look bad in front of Patrick, so I do make sure that I'm scared enough of Patrick, so I make my assignment for next week. So then we meet the following week, we follow up. That was your assignment, your one thing. How was it? What was it done? And everything, and so on. So it becomes really powerful. Then again, costs nothing. And then just by sharing, you're going to go to the next level because you're going to be having. And then the other one, by sharing their expertise, you're going to learn from them. And again, you're going to get further. Obviously, we can go into the continuous learning, for example. And the first one I'm going to share with you, like the free books. You can go to the library. They're now so cheap to purchase them online. Audible. You can find some cheap one, almost free. I have the Audible with the Amazon. I mean, it's like I think $10, $15 Canadian a month. I have one credit, and I learned so much. YouTube is totally free. So you go on YouTube, how to, what to, whatever. And I'm on YouTube almost every day. I'm learning so much. Webinar, what we're doing now, you're learning today, okay? You took 1 hour of your time, you're in the moment, you're gonna learn something out of the webinar. The one on the left was group class, and then webinar, and then group class is more like when you pay for a group to specific topics, like the mini classes throughout the year, and obviously coaching. Okay, so those ways to learn, to keep learning. Let me talk very briefly about my coaching business, and then I will be, we're going to go through your question. We're going to open up, and so I'll be able to answer all your questions and your comments. So my coaching, here you have the QR code if you want to have the link directly to my website. And on the website, you can book your first consultation. The first consultation is about half an hour, and it's at no cost. And then we're going to have a conversation to see, is coaching for you? Is my kind of coaching for you? And in my kind of coaching, there's different also kind of coaching. Let me explain. So there's the one-on-one, there's the group coaching, there's webinars, the one we're doing today. The one-on-one, there's 2 categories. Twice a month, it's called the growth coaching. Private call, every second week, one-on-one, half an hour. We schedule like the 1 to 15, for example, half an hour, stay throughout the year, and it's $500 per month. Second grade, it's called executive coaching, one-on-one. This one's every week instead of twice a month. So every week, we make a call every Wednesday, 1 o'clock, for example, half an hour. one-on-one. Obviously, everything is private, and everything's just adapt to your needs wherever you are in your business. And then we have what we call the group call. So it's going to be starting in January, and these are some of the examples of the topics I'm going to be creating. The group call is going to be like monthly calls throughout the years that become the leading listing of brokers in your market, that build your expertise as a real estate buyers, etc. And then webinar, thanks to Royal Lepage. So Royal Lepage and I, we put an agreement together. So a partnership, and that's why you have access to that webinar at no cost. Otherwise, there will be a fees for that. So all agents at Royal Lepage have access to my webinar at no cost. So recently I did the business planning for 2024. Today we're doing Shift Your Mindset, Shift Your Business, all about ChatGPT and all those tools and everything. Your database, they call your data bank, etc. Right? So I've been through the content we want to have to talk about. Now I would like to hear your comments. I would like to hear your questions. So we have some time. Tell me, what have you learned? What question do you have for me? So Ariane, if it is possible to, I don't know how, is it possible that people can just unmute themselves?
No, so we have use of, you can either put in your questions, everyone, in the chat if you're comfortable with that, or also you can make use of the Q&A, whatever you like. So Daniel, you'll have access to that as well.
What are your views on ageism? This is all about our own perspective. When we started a business, like for those who start like as a real estate agent when they were 20, some people say, well, you know, I'm young, people don't trust me because I'm too young and everything. And some people say, well, I have so much will, so nobody's going to say no to me. And it's always, they always have a way to explain to the clients, I might be newer in the business. However, I have access to those people that have the experience. When you get older in the business, you can use it as a leverage in a way that it becomes beneficial for you. It could be something like other people cannot have through the experience that you have. It could be like you have lots of knowledge, you have like wisdom and everything. So, I mean, I'm 58. I don't see the day where I'm going to slow down because of my age. Because in my mind, I don't have an age because I'm learning every day and every day I'm getting better. Okay. So for me, age or not doesn't make any difference. For example, I just hired someone as a property manager for my property in Puerto Vallarta, and he was probably the youngest one. However, I saw that he was really driven and he was going to do a good job for me. So it's all about the perspective, about yourself, about your age. And then when you put like you having the good mindset, that's not going to change anything. Okay? Use it to your advantage.
And we have a question from Stanley. What is the difference between a mentor and a coach?
Yeah, the line is very fine. So mentor, it's going to be most someone who's going to be like mentoring, like following you, kind of a teacher. And a coach, then it's going to be more someone who's going to guide you to go further into your business. Okay, so mentor, when you were going to school, and then I was being mentoring to make sure my exercise were good, my homework were good. However, then a coach was giving me skills, was teaching me tools, was teaching me how to get to the next step. So based on where I want to go, for example, when I was skating, was giving me better technique to better do my jumps and everything. It was bringing me to the next level all the time. Okay, so a coach will assist you to go towards your goal. A mentor will make sure that what you're doing now is doing right. I hope that answers.
Great, thank you. And Mark says, how do we focus during slower months in this economy?
I see it as an opportunity because it is slow for everybody. However, business is always there. So if you've always been in an action, one day the economy and the market will catch up. If you're not ready and you wait until the market goes up, then it's going to be too late, because people who would have been in action every day, they're going to have the business. And once they grab the business that's going to start right away, it's going to be too late to be in the business. You're going to be behind the parade. Okay. So we all have ups and downs, okay, in our business, no matter which industry we are in. Talk to older agents, 2008 and everything. They all been through that. Back in the 80s, the interest rate was like close to 20% for the mortgage. Funny enough, the business is still there, right? Some people were ready for the business when the business came back. And even today, I mean, seriously, I'm looking to people that I've been coaching, and they have the best year ever since January 2023. And they started in coaching this year because they do things differently. So being in action, knowing where we're going to go, will make you successful, even though the market will slow down, because you're going to be the one who's going to have the business. Who will always be there will always be some big business, no matter what the market is.
Thank you. And we have a couple of questions on how to stay consistent with a positive mindset, especially when you're doing challenging lead generation exercises like door knocking and cold calling, and maybe you're not seeing the results you would like.
Okay, I love. Okay, so earlier I was talking about accountability partner. That person could be doing door knocking with you, for example. Or it could be the person you're going to text, okay, I did 20 doors, I talked to 2 people, I got 1 booking and everything. So then you become accountable. And then if for some reason, whatever, you don't text, person have to call you, say, hey, Ariane, I didn't get your call, I didn't get your text. It's 4 o'clock. What about your door knocking? Well, well, you told me you're going to do like 25 doors. Little time, go back. Sorry, I hit myself. Go back, go do your door knocking. So then you create a habit. Okay? Then you create like something to become easy. It's like, do you remember the first time you learned to tie your shoes? It was quite tough. But this morning, when you put your shoes on and you tie your shoes, you were doing 25 things at the same time. So that habit becomes easy because it's positive. So when it goes like, when you have that negative thoughts, go back to the basic, go back to something easy, go back to the positive thoughts like we've been talking today. If you have to step back, do a task that you're good at, fine, and then keep going something that's more challenging for you. But bring the positive energy first, and then use it, convert it to something that you need to work on.
Great. And we have a question from Alex. Can you talk more about working your personal sphere? I don't want to sound salesy, but I need to consistently remind my inner circle that I am in real estate. Your thoughts would be greatly appreciated.
Sure. Always come from contribution. Keep that in mind. So when you talk to your close people, close friends, your family and everything, and when you talk about real estate, you come for contribution because you give them advice. You put them up to date about the market. You, whatever, something that you know that people like to learn, because they're not the expert. We are. So when you come for contribution and you provide them some interesting learning, some skills, whatever, and then they're going to be listening to you. And then they're going to do the association. Oh, yeah, I spoke with my brother-in-law last week, and he told me about the market and everything. And then he's talking with his neighbors. You should give him a call. I want to give you his phone number and everything. Because if we come first, ask, people don't want to ask. They don't want to give. Give first, come for contribution, and then it becomes really easy to have the people that have to have the reflex. And then I'll go further, talk about the business and everything, what's the market and all that. And then coming from contribution, would you like me to send me a monthly report how the market is doing? Be awesome, great. Just give me your name, email, whatever. I'm going to put you on my mailing list. I'm going to send you a text, or I'm going to give you a messenger, whatever. but give something, and then you always be top of mind.
Great. And we have a question from, Alex says, thank you for that. Question from Mandeep. How much of financial back is sufficient for a new agent to enter the market as like current? So meaning, I guess, as of now. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. The challenge that I see with new agent who doesn't go full time, I always ask them the questions. Now you're going to be competing with people who goes full time into the business. Now you're going to be part time. What are the odds that you're going to beat them, right? So you have to be all in. It's a business. You don't invest, well, you're not going to get the result you were hoping for. Being, doing, having. There's many, many, many ways to do business without investing a lot of dollars into your business. Talking to people doesn't cost anything. Going door knocking, doing stuff online. I mean, for example, you go on Facebook, and then one of your friends, you just give birth to the first girl. So you put in your CRM, in your sphere, you're going to put that information, and next year, you're going to send a little messenger. Hey, it's been a year that whatever was born. I hope she's doing great and everything. You don't talk about business, but you do touch. So you all constantly have to be in touch with your clients. So for them, so they have the reflex to call you. For example, you can do a YouTube channel. How many of you have a YouTube channel? Probably just few of you. Takes a camera, takes a phone, and then you record yourself, you content contribution, you become the expert, and then you post stuff like shorts or YouTube, whatever. And then people will call you. You will say, it works for me, so it will work for you also. And the most important thing, not just for new agents, but all of us have your niche. You have to have your own niche. Who do you want to do business with? For example, figure skating was a niche, and gay community in Montreal was the other niche. As I was living in a gay village in Montreal, all my life was mostly with like gay community because I lived there, my friends and everything, and people from figure skating. So I had two niche I was aiming all the time. I was talking to all the time. I need to do some work. I was going into the coffee in the gay village. I need some laundry to be done. I was going to gay village. I need to do my grocery. I was going to gay village. I had to go. My bank account was into the banks into the gay village. Everything. And that doesn't cost more.
And we have another question from Alex. Would you recommend asking for referrals or leave it be and just keep in touch with past clients?
Always ask for the business. Because the day you're going to go in front of the house and you're going to see a sign from someone else, you're not going to be happy. You say, I should have. We don't make business money with I should have. There's a way to ask the business. Then again, you come to contribution, everything, and then you say, do you know that mostly when you do a business, when you're middle transaction with someone. And by the way, put in the text in the chat box, when's the best time to ask for a referral? Curious to see the answers. So when you do a transaction with a client, simply ask, I love working with people like you. This is exactly the kind of client I want to work with. Do you have any friends, family who are like you that you think I'd be able to help you the way I'm doing it with your transaction? I did ask for the business. I've been specified. So I'm very clear. And no matter who you're going to ask, say that I love doing business with you. Do you know someone I can help also? They will give you a name if they have a referral. Don't worry, they will. They'll be happy to do so. And I'm just going to go to the answer. Then when's the best time to ask for the referral?
A lot of people saying when the client is happy.
That's it. So most people, most agents, 80% of them will go like at the notary, and then they ask for referral or they ask for testimonial reviews, testimonial. wrong. For example, today we closed the deal. We got the approval for the mortgage. And then the mortgage, the NOR is going to be in 2 weeks. And then I have the buyers, and then the seller that I don't represent decide that he's going to keep the spot. It wasn't written, whatever, but I mean, we agree on. And then something totally went wrong. And then suddenly my buyers is disappointed because he might not have the spot and everything. And then I'm going to ask for a review. Too late. Ask the review every time you say, oh, I love working with you. Oh, thank you so much. This is awesome. I love your work. Ask for the review. Ask for the referral there. I don't care if we haven't made an offer yet. Ask for the business every time there's something positive. Sorry.
Great, thank you. I don't believe that we have any other questions. I see there was some people who put their hands up, but sometimes that's accidental. But let me know if you do have a question, guys. I've chatted you personally. And so if you have a question, do put it in the chat for Danielle. And Catherine says, awesome advice. Thank you so much, Daniel. Great. I echo that. Thank you so much, Daniel, for sharing your expertise with everyone and for giving us your valuable time. For all of you out there as well, thank you so much for joining us today, because we know you're busy also setting your plans and everything for the coming year. So we've got thanks pouring in the chat for you, Daniel. So our network really appreciates you and your time and your content. So a huge thank you again from us, and hopefully we'll see everyone again soon for a next session.
Thank you, Ariane. Thank you to Royal LePage, give me the opportunity. Thank you for all of you for being there. I really appreciate it.
Our pleasure. Thanks again. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.